Very good evening to everyone. At the outset, I would like to express our sincere thanks for inviting us. We are from Power Grid Corporation of India to share our views towards the green revolution which the India is already seeing and already on the path. So I will limit our presentations within 8 minutes time. So in case any queries will be there, so balance 2 minutes can be dedicated for the clarifications. So we are talking about the sustainability, all the pillars, all these things is well dealt upon so far. What essentially required is that to achieve this kind of sustainability, we need 3 parameters. One is the determination, that we have to do these activities. Followed by the innovation. Innovation is the key. Until unless we do the innovations in every sphere of our activities, so we will not achieve these aspects. And last but not the least will be the collaborative efforts are very essential across the sector, across the businesses, across the institutions, even individual too. So if we see that these are the challenges, there are other challenges, but key challenges we are confronting with to achieve the sustainability are like this. So those are all well-known facts. Since we are talking about the green revolution for our countries, and we are from the energy sector, so we will delve upon the energy part. And since we belong to the electricity, we will further focus upon towards the electricity part during this now 7 minutes deliberation. So first and foremost important aspect is the energy supply. Energy, when we are talking, is not only from the electricity, there are other forms of energy, whether it is from the coal, whether it is from the crude, and other commercial forms of energy. So this is a well-known fact, and the left-hand side is the percentage of contribution of the energy portfolio for our, say, total around 1,100 million tons of oil equivalent energy which we have presently. And this is the emission level as far as the carbon dioxide is concerned. This data is quite old, around 2019 data. We have taken from this Niti Aayog report. This is what is that emission level of carbon dioxide. Now, the electricity part is contributing around 18 to 20% of the total energy portfolio as of today. And today we have around 450 plus gigawatt of the installed capacity in the generation. And from that, the share is the fossil fuel and the non-fossil fuel. The fossil fuel is contributing around 54% of the total capacity, and the balance 46% is coming from the non-fossil fuel energy resources, and that too in a diversified portfolio from the solar, wind, hydro, biogas, biomass, nuclear, etc. This is the data, and the total energy consumption as far as the electricity is concerned, around 1,500 billion unit, and the non-fossil fuel is contributing 20% of the total electricity consumptions. If we look at the futuristic, by the year 2032, though our NDC says that 2030, but we have come out with the National Electricity Plan for 2032. So that says that we have to reach the non-fossil fuel capacity, which is presently around 208 gigawatt to around 600 plus gigawatt. Our target is 500 gigawatt by the year 2030, and by 2032, we have estimated that we have to achieve 600 plus gigawatt of the non-fossil fuel, and that is the breakup of the various sources from which we will reach that capacity. And gradually we will reduce the fossil fuel contribution into the electricity demand which will be around 28 to 29%, presently around 54, and we will increase the non-fossil fuel contribution, and that is the one way we will address not only the energy security part, also the environmental sustainability by reducing the emission level, and the most important aspect is energy transition and energy independence. So this part is there, but believe the energy resources, whether it is a non-fossil fuel like solar, wind, it is a land intensive also. The radiation level is not uniform across the country. The wind is not blowing at the same speed across the country. So good potential zones are in the western part, whether in the Rajasthan or in the Gujarat, like the hot deserts. Similarly, in the cold desert, like Ladakh, Himachal, and also in the Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, etc. The demand is spread everywhere. So we have to develop the large-scale generation capacity to bring the economies of scale and bring it to the bulk load centers through the long-distance transmission facilities. So that's why without transmission, there is no energy transition. So transmission is playing a very pivotal role, and that is what the transmission map on the left-hand side in our country, and this is the statistical data. We are operating one of the largest single grid in the world as of today, one of the largest. And this grid is continuously expanding, continuously strengthening the robust, reliable national grid. It is one nation, one grid, one frequency, one price in the bulk market as of today. And that grid is expanding to the neighboring countries like Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and talk is going on with the Sri Lanka also. So in this way, we are enlarging the balancing areas and giving the mutual support, the collaborative effort. Innovation is already there, the collaborative efforts are being made. This is the fact that in one of our NDC is to make net zero by 2070. At the end, we will see that what are the efforts as an organization we are making towards that path also. Since we are in the transmission, so lot of efforts have been made to bring the sustainability. Sustainability, one aspect, lot of speakers have told that how to reduce the waste, how to manage the resources too. So if you see, because once the transmission lines are there, it is a linear project. It is a linear activity. It has to traverse through various types of terrain, so land. So a lot of innovations have been made so that the rights of way requirement will reduce, the footprint of the tower will reduce, so and the losses will also reduce, because we have to transport the electricity over the long distance. So we have gradually increased the voltage level, and today the highest voltage which is commercially is operating as far as the AC is concerned, 765 kilovolt. The total circuit kilometer is 50,000 plus, which is largest 765 kV network in the world. And the 1200 kV is the highest voltage in the world that we have already developed as a test station. Now the talk is going on how to commercialize it. But we have made a hybrid grid, because the grid needs a flexibility, grid needs a controllability, grid needs observability, because we are integrating more and more variable renewable energy resources which are volatile in nature, intermittent, variable, uncertain, seasonal dependency, short gestation period, many things are there. So grid is also making adaptable. So the hybrid AC-DC combinations are there. So we are making like this. Then the compact towers, monopole structure, the footprint of the tower is very less. The gas-insulated switchgear, hybrid substation, the footprint of the large substations is gradually reducing. Similarly, if you see on the renewable integration side, lot of efforts have been made. I will come to the next. And once we make the infrastructure, how to ensure that it will remain reliable in operation, it will remain resiliency. That is also very important. So the system operation is also in a real-time basis. So the health of the grid is maintaining on a real-time basis, and accordingly the actions is taken. So that's why you will see that we are continuously getting uninterrupted quality power supply with affordability. So that is important. So this is the thing. This is what the actions have been taken. In addition to the transmission expansions, we have developed the number of green energy corridors. So integrating the potential renewable energy zones or the renewable places to the national grid part, that is the green energy corridor. Then also because of the variability of the output, the load is also varying, how to maintain the system parameter within the permissible band. So dynamic compensators have been provided at the strategic locations. So the whatever swings are coming onto the network, so that can be absorbed, like the shock absorber in our vehicle and all these things. So also the monopole structure, narrow base towers are there. The energy storage systems, which is also very much essential once we are going for the whole hog energy transition through the variable renewable energy resources. So energy storage systems, whether it is a pump storage hydro or even in the other forms of energy battery or other forms of energy storage systems is coming. Hybrid substation, combination of AC, this AIS, air insulated, or the gas insulated substation. The digital substations. We are working through 3 Ds. One is decentralization, digitalization, as well as the other part is decarbonization. In all 3 Ds, we are working. So that's what we are saying, that we are moving towards the green revolution on a continuous basis and towards the sustainable energy future. The real-time grid condition monitoring as well as the remote monitoring and operation. In power grid, we have 280 substations as of today. Many more substations are under construction. So all these substations across the country, we are monitoring from single place, one place. By sitting that place, we can monitor and operate that entire grid from our one place. So taking the shelter of digital technologies, taking the shelter of advanced sensors with robust, reliable, cyber-secured communication infrastructure, we are doing that. That is the level of smartness already brought into the transmission. Then the lot of enabling frameworks are already there as far as the policy initiatives or these regulatory initiatives, like the auction trajectory for bidding of the renewable capacity 50 gigawatt per annum has been announced. That is by 2027-28 time frame. So you can think of. As far as the transmission is concerned, already around 280 gigawatt additional transmission infrastructure need to be developed to evacuate that or interconnect that 280 gigawatt. So 42 gigawatt is already commissioned. The 85 gigawatt is under various stages of construction. 75 gigawatt is under bidding, and balance 82 gigawatt is under pipeline for approval, and then soon it will come to the bidding. So there is a complete roadmap to how to integrate the 500 gigawatt capacity, the renewable capacity into the grid and taking up the implementations. There is a various frameworks have been given. There are a lot of incentives have been provided for the interconnection to the grid, like waiver of the interstate transmission charges for the solar, wind, green hydrogen, even the battery storage systems, even the offshore wind. We are also working towards integration of the offshore wind capacity. The trajectory is around 37 gigawatt will be auctioned out by the year 2030, and in gradual fashion it will be commissioned. So off the coast of Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. So that we are also integrating, and also the power market, vibrant power market is playing also important role in terms of the green energy open access, green term ahead market, green day ahead market, and real-time market. So that is also playing a very pivotal role. The other emerging technologies like dynamic line loading, how to get the maximum from the existing assets, from the existing capacity. So those parts we are also doing. We are extensively using the drone. We are extensively using the robots because the solar is coming in the daytime and the maintenance, nobody will give the shutdown for the transmission infrastructure during daytime. How to do the maintenance? So we are taking the shelter of technology. So these are the various types of additional technological interventions we have introduced. The another important aspect is that, as I told in the beginning, we are not only confined into our nation, we are extending arms towards the other countries, and now we are working towards one sun, one world, one grid, connecting the southeastern region to the South Asia, Southeast Asia, South Asia, Middle East, Africa, Europe. So this is what the roadmap for making the transnational grid we call the one sun, one world, one grid. So that will bring the prosperity, that will bring real sustainability and proper collaborative efforts in this. Another important aspect is that we are talking about the reliability, resiliency. We are believing, no, beyond that we have to work. We have to make a grid anti-fragile. It has to be made a self-healing feature, self-adaptive feature. So beyond resilient, we have to think of. So that is what the grid is like this. The power grid efforts are that we have to, though the country has committed by 2070, we will bring a net zero, but our organization has committed that we will be by 2047 when we will become the developed nation. So our organization will be net zero. 50% of our energy requirement will be made from non-fossil fuel capacity by the year 2025, next year. We will become the net water positive as well as the zero waste to landfill by the year 2030. So there are many initiatives our organizations have taken and committed, and we are equally contributing towards the sustainability of the entire country. So with these words, these are the various key takeaways. So I will leave it here, and thank you very much. In case anybody has any queries, because I have overshooted the time, so we can discuss later on. Thank you.